Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. I am Abubakar Hassan Kamara, and welcome to yet another session of the Muslim Personnel Show.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am the co-host Rakiatu Jallo. The Muslim Personnel Show is a program that is exploring the diversity and unity of the Muslim community. Every Friday from 4:30 to 5:30, join us as we enlighten and engage the journey into the world of the Deen with the Muslim Personnel Show podcast presented by Digital Islam and powered by Rise Radio on 96.3 FM.
Alhamdulillah, today we have our topic for today is the harmony of Deen,
Yes.
and focusing on exploring spiritual essence of Islam in entertainment, fashion, and poetry. And today in the studio, we have, as I said, three very much important guests from her.
So much important, ABK. First of all, how early you think about this particular topic? Now, a very, very, very important topic. What do you think?
Of course. You know, it gets for deal with fashion.
Yeah.
We are in the identity, physical identity of a Muslim, and also poetry.
Yes.
In a way, the Quran be kandong in the form of poetry, and also it gets for deal with
different
different sectors.
in
They
Islam.
say like
What's
it's so much
What's
important.
more sweet me
Yeah?
by the program?
Okay.
That the kind of different talents them will get.
Now,
You know, so we get one from the modest fashion side, we get
one
from poetry, we
and
get
one
from
way now, a very
Nasheed,
prolific
that is Islamic
Nasheed
song.
singer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wait, I know I'll introduce the guests there because the
Okay.
way then they actually, I want we kind of enlighten people about just the previous one there with first edition. What you been think about them?
You know, the first two editions, be very much, I would say, breathtaking.
Yes.
Because we get females, them. I think the last one, yeah.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I'll be
Hijab
able
and
to go
discrimination.
hijab and discrimination. I'll be able to
Imagine.
go just halfway through the program, but then I feel like I'm not able for done because the conversations then be too much, and unfortunately
much.
the time not be enough for
Yes.
make we able for digest everything.
Yes.
So-
and that was the point we'll be discussed about hijab and discrimination, the beauty of hijab, how they wear hijab, and how it don't how important it is to women. And the first edition was Islamic ethics and
Ethics and
morality.
morals.
Yes. So today, what will they talk about, ABK?
So today we will talk about the harmony of Deen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And specifically we throw in light on fashion, you know, dress code and poetry in Islam. And I'm telling you, this is not something where it be say like it's an upfront identification of a Muslim. You know, the way you appear, where you dress, and secondly, the way you're able to address an individual.
Yeah.
And that is why, Alhamdulillah, in the studio today, firstly, our first guest I would like for introduce is this man, now somebody way like he know how to play with words. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alhamdulillah, I be say we be lucky for making serve na Digital Islam in as a entertainment manager. Yeah. And also he was a former executive at the AI Professional College, SUG.
Sure.
Yeah. And not failing to mention, this brother also gets an anthology of poem, you know, and it gets so
A
many.
whole book.
A whole book.
Imagine.
Yeah. A whole book
A
where
whole
he
book
writes,
come on another day.
you know, with breathtaking words them.
Yeah.
And moreover, may we not forget for mention the fact that he was the first winner of the first Sierra Leone Muslim Got Talent show.
Imagine.
You see,
The first winner. In fact, the first winner of the first Sierra Leone
of the
Muslim
first,
Got.
so I think say like a lot of reviewers them and
It don't
listeners them
grab
don't already
so
like
much
know
awards.
the person where we did try for introduce.
Yes.
He's commonly known as the critical thinker.
Audible
But-
speaker, shadow writer.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm not going to call them.
All right. So, brothers and sisters in the studio today, we first guest now, brother Fode Fuatue.
We're so much honored, pleased to have you here today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so we will take you through to the next guest. And this person is married with 3 kids. and a business analyst for Mangara Agribusiness Company. It is serving as Sierra Leone's fertilizer market intelligence correspondent for the International Fertilizer Development Center in Ghana. I get BSc with honors in economics, FBC, postgraduate qualifications in development economics from the University of Sussex in Britain, England. Again, masters in public sector auditing from Nanjing Audit University in Nanjing, PR, China. Oh my goodness.
We have a giant in the studio.
So in na a lyricist, na so dem call her artist, Nasheed artist. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are so honored to have Mr. Kabia on the studio. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
You're so much welcome, brother. And I can like for say, lastly, but not the least, we get a very important sister.
Brilliant sister.
And it's unfortunate that not be fortunate, for the part of the show last week.
The second show.
Yeah, the second show.
I wish she was
because
here.
like Dan dina something where it be say since the tell me sabiam it don't they portray.
Yeah.
And it don't really like they try for make we Muslim sisters them, dress modestly
yes.
and then them very proud of that.
Yes.
This sister Maimuna Abba, now a content creator, and also she's a student from the Likonko in university. Yeah, and a lot they for say about this sister. Normally, the name where they call her most of the time is waiting. Memu Choko. Yeah.
I don't understand why did they call her. I feel say why did they call her Memu Choko? I feel say na post we like chocolate. So they mean they call her Memu Choko. Until I realize say she is the owner of a very big brand in Sierra Leone that is promoting modesty. Imagine.
Exactly so.
Yeah.
And brothers and sisters, this sister, Maimuna Abba, sister, you're welcome to the Muslim Personal Show.
We are so honored to have you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa
Thank you so
alaikum
much for
salam wa
having me.
rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
My first thought where you mentioned say inopportunity for last week, I was like, you didn't invite me. Then I remembered you invited me.
Yeah, I did.
I know.
Alright.
I don't know what you don't do me memory. I
Okay. So thank you all so much for joining us, as today we are going to talk on the topic, the harmony of Deen, exploring the spiritual essence of Islam in entertainment, fashion, that is modest fashion, and poetry. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is the Muslim Personnel Show. Don't forget to send in your questions, comments on all digital Islam media platforms and Rise Radio on 96.3.
96.3
So
FM.
ABK,
Now,
Lewika inside the show now.
exactly, because we get a lot for discuss today.
Yes.
So we go start with brother from Mefa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mefa, right? When brother Kabia, yeah. Brother Kabia, like, what's in you idea like when it comes to Islam and entertainment? Because many a times when we say Islam and then we say entertainment, people mind can go far away. Yeah.
Yes. So first of all, I want to really say I'm glad for there. I'm very appreciative of the honor for inviting me for Kaya. So to your question, Abu Bakar, Islam is a whole complete religion for all of us, and Allah don't send them through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it completes in a way that there are so many aspects of where maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago in this part of the world, there's so much we don't know about the Deen, but the Deen don't they evolve over time.
Exactly. So.
Back then, maybe people maybe listen music freely. Yeah. So even if you're born an Islamic home, for example, you could just choose for listen music freely, and it's okay. But then as the knowledge they grow and as the Deen they evolve,
awareness increase.
Exactly, awareness they increase, and we all realize, okay, there's an aspect of it where we say we're able for practice, where we say we're able for feel entertained, and maybe not just entertained, but informed or educated as well about within. When the aspects of nasheed, for example. So there's a whole aspect of entertainment. Like the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were times when there are stories we narrate, say, in a race with your wife, for example. And when they have gatherings, there were moments when people when they do poetry will come and then gatherings and they entertain the crowd. And when it comes to warfare as well, there were moments where people in there with the beat drums just for motivate the people where they go fit. So there are aspects of entertainment in the Deen. It's just that the knowledge of it now this part of the world very small to a point that a lot of people they frown at them because they don't really know the limits to them.
Yeah.
So entertainment in Islam not necessarily lead you to immorality.
Okay.
Any way they make you relax, you get you able to reflect, you get good moments, where they strictly according to the dictates of the Deen.
And they remind you about Allah.
Remind you about
Exactly.
Allah.
Yeah.
Is a form of entertainment in the Deen.
So they go next to the critical thinker.
The knowledge gangster.
Yeah. What do you think about the intersection of Islam and entertainment? The intersection between them?
Okay. First of all, the entertainment, how people be the viewer from a different perspective or into a different logic will be the same, like say in a adage something where a cake
Yeah.
back then in the century people are not be embrace them, but forgetting that you look at them one way or the other. Now one of the key aspects and where they bring people together either ways. You know, when you do something where they appease the soul, automatically you get people where you're able to deal with together. And entertainment now a form where you go able for use for draw the emotion attached to individual or able for understand somebody in a various aspect. Probably if you somebody they feel too bored, they get stress, they're able for relief that particular person they through the entertainment. And doing it in a way such, will go out of the conformity of Islam or go against the rules or principles of Islam or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I think that you can get the best playing ground for let you do your entertainment whatsoever. So I believe entertainment or the intercession or the entertainment part of it all, it is able for put them together based on the individual way they entertain the people them. Because anything which you do, you the individual way they entertain the people them, you get a lot for play. Which you they say, which you they think, and which you they grab from the audience them, it make a lot of sense. So far.
Exactly so. So I think say that one is very, very much clear. And I like the points where the brother mentioned, say, like you get for go with this entertainment, but then you get a borderline. A borderline because like as we what I earlier say, the moment people talk about entertainment in Islam, they don't
It's in a bid'ah.
exactly
Na innovation.
you know, innovation, and then people begin imagine everything that might go wrong, you know. So just one more thing, like brothers, like how this entertainment so how can it be used like for increase with spirituality? Because talking about it soothing the soul and calming you down and everything, but then it also goes to the aspect of how can someone learn from this entertainment and then try for increase your spirituality.
Yeah, shortly.
Yes.
Brother Kabir.
So real quick, we all know how the effect of music now in life, for example, as a form of entertainment.
Okay.
We all know how music they preach messages, like for example, Western music, violent Western music. We all know how it preach messages of hate.
Yeah.
It will preach messages of drugs, gang violence, and all of that. The same way, if you get a form of entertainment in the form of nasheeds, for example, where they constantly remind you about your creator. Constantly they pick topics them like how for make value of your time. How for remind you about how for walk towards paradise.
About Jannah,
Hijab, wearing the hijab, for example. We all know how this song, She's a Muslim by the Assalam Brothers,
Assalam
the
Brothers
impact we create.
has an amazing impact.
Sure.
So much.
We all see them. So I think that's now one example how entertainment really
Critical thinker.
Yes, in the area of increasing spirituality, first of all, the intention. Intention gets to be very vivid. For like for example, poets them, we can use certain words or dictions them where we relay a message. can be a direct, it can be indirect. Like, for example, a poet, they try for display a message where the poem can be a metaphysical, questioning the existence of nature,
Yes.
God.
Okay. Or
So,
yes.
yeah, but if you intention clean on what you need to try for portray, automatically they're able for cleanse you within, say, each word where they mention, not to say are the meaning for, go out of the reach of Islam or whatsoever. So the intention gets to be very pure and clear.
Yes.
Then it's able for increase your spirituality.
Yes, so not to for mislead people them.
At all not.
Yes. So Sister Maimuna, what do you think about Islam relating to your work where they do?
Assalamu alaikum again.
Wa alaikum salam.
They're not introducing myself. They're not introducing what I do.
Yes.
I have a modest clothing brand.
Okay.
And primarily what I did make when I just started the brand was abayas specifically. And the reason why I started doing that was because those were the things I wanted to wear. One or get access to in a salon. So it was a personal struggle for me to do. So in relating to your question, how I think it relates to Islam, well, as a new hijabi, that's one. I was a new hijabi. I began close them, boku close them, but I not get the close way I supposed to wear as a Muslim woman at the time. So, and also the thing about us Muslim women specifically, they carry the Islam. And it's how they go.
Yes.
It's how you look.
Yes, your
how
identity.
You behave, but specifically,
it's our identity.
How you look. And it's how you go that they don't say you're not Muslim.
Yeah.
So like doing something that actively work towards telling people that this is the right thing to do and I'm here to make it easy for you in case you don't have access to it. It's the best feeling ever. So yeah, my work definitely is correlating to if you want your identity as a Muslim, right? As a Muslim woman. I am here to make it easier for you, basically.
Okay.
Right. So, you mentioned like this as a personal, journey where you take, as in starting for put on the hijab and being into this business, like you trying for make sure say sisters them out there get an awareness of certain codes of dressing, regarding the hijab. There are also always like pros and cons them. So like what are the challenges? What are the challenges in this kind of business? Yeah, so
I think the biggest one would be the prices. That's not much of my problem, anyway, because I'm the one selling them. So I charge as per the cost of production. But then if the goal now for reach like every hijabi in town, that's a little bit of a struggle because the cost of production is way too high for every single hijabi for able to afford. So that's one of the biggest challenge. And in terms of the opposite of that, it's just amazing reaching out to people and having the access that people did not have before and being able to provide that. So the goal is to be able to do that for more people than more hijabis. I want every other hijabi to be like, oh, I get on there from Choco Collection. It was so cheap that I can afford it. But unfortunately, salon cost of production, you can't find
what
it, man.
role you think Islamic fashion, like modesty they play in Islamic fashion?
Modesty in Islamic fashion?
Yeah.
Oh, being modest in Islamic fashion. I mean, that's like, not for be the number one thing. So when you call Islamic fashion, modesty should be number one. It should be the first thing that comes to your mind, right? So that's for men and for women. Yeah. So, but I think also like for make we they remind ourselves because sometimes we are Muslims and we are in the fashion industry and we tend to sleep sometimes, whether that be because of influences outside or because they drop small, we iman they drop. So you tend to sleep and you think you're doing the right thing. So I feel like the constant reminder of what really modesty means in Islam is something that we need to, not just even in my industry, in everything that we do in the entertainment industry, we need to be grounded by waiting now we values them and waiting now the limits them.
Okay.
So yeah, because I'm telling you, it's very easy to sleep.
Okay.
Social media is one way.
Okay. So I like that. In everything what they do, follow we continue for Duam, it takes passion, it takes a lot of dedication, commitment, right? And they continue for do something where like It's obvious, say you like am, now make it continue for do am. So I will always share the beautiful side of what we do. Because everything gets the beauty and the ugly
side.
Right. So let we share I want follow we know. Like I want know waiting na the beautiful side of the una talents there. How una can feel for share some of them talents there to the people. Waiting una think saying some of the impact them way it create. I want for you that Brother Kabir.
Sis, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So with me and the sheets, for me it's been really an amazing journey. I'm not the third person that liked it, because back in the days before I started following the sheets, I was a fervent listener of music. I was very particular about listening to all kinds of music. I listen to music that way, not to even my own language, what they listen to music same way, the language of Russia, French. I'm not a French speaker. But music has this power, not also for entertain people. So because I can't get the knowledge, say indeed it has a way of influencing the way you behave, what you say, how you dress, your thought process as well. So I decided, you know what, there's an alternative. I find out there's nasheed, when a perfect replacement for music. So the first song, if I recall while listening, I've been Zimbika in Give Thanks to Allah. I think it's very popular for all
very
of us in those
popular.
early ages. So I can't hear this song here. I listened to them, and then I met a lot of Sierra Leonean munsheeds along the, just for keep things short. Along the road, I meet some of them people in Sierra Leone to do nasheeds, and then I become a munsheed. I decided to see how I can start writing my own songs, and then start doing them as well. So while we did in Turam, we have a lot of testimonies from a lot of people. For example, Share the Light of Islam. I was actually the author of the song, Share the Light of Islam, and a lot of people were impacted by it. And I don't do a couple of work where people feel impacted by. So apart from waiting people to listen and hear and appreciate, me personally, then the shit say I serve as my own personal reminders. As the sister just been saying, it's a constant battle. Faith is a constant battle. We have to be very careful. We have for constantly to guard ourselves against Shaitan. He has a way of making us sleep very easily. But me on the sheets, I'm one of the biggest fans. Interestingly, trust. I listen to my work I hardly listen to other people's work. I listen to me work all the time, because they serve as my own reminders as well. And I put out this content out there. People in the listener, me get as an individual, I have my own struggles as well. So the beauty of it is they are my reminders.
Mashallah.
And there are so many people who appreciate what I do out there.
Mashallah. May Allah reward you for that. We all enjoy in our sheets them. They don't create so much impact, seriously. So, Brother Fuad, what is the beautiful side of your work?
Now where people they see critic, I think I just talk anyhow. Me, when I be come up, not been be the talking type. And when I get offended, I get a book who say they write everything. For the whole day, when I go school, and they write everything so far what it happen. So I begin go through everything which I they write. I they reflect on everything so far what they happen. Because I get this fear in me for talk. Thinking that if I talk to people, anything which I talk, they make sense. So going SS1, waiting for embark on for I become wild individual, not for cake. I did cake every day. I did cake. So suspend me from school. And I say, I think this not to any sober something, this not to life. But by then I be the go learn Arabic. So the first year I begin to first na Quranic competition. They go recite, represent me school. Then later get back into Nasheed, and of course Hussein, we compete na Liberty Hall. Of course, we become the victorious. Then I look, I say, no, I get a purpose. I get something where they always drag me, where I like for they do always that writing. Then I get back into my book and able for go pull everything so far waiting I don't be done the right.
Bring into light.
I bring come into light, into reality.
Now that and they go win.
So at the
time you will take that trophy.
Fortunately, yes, I be in March. But I get so many people in the world with the fear, say them will take the trophy for me, which Rakia to Ishmael Alim. But waiting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mark for an individual and servant, no matter how you make it. I think a 0.5 or 1 mark, then I be imagined victorious.
Yeah.
And that particular moment, I become so inspired by the Islamic entertainment.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, the way I see they embrace the Islamic entertainment, that
Yeah.
moment,
Sure.
I become amazed. And put behind the worldly things them way I be done they do. Because I be done they do worldly poems them.
Yeah.
You know, they go to church. They perform, they do for Jesus. You understand? All of them things then but I embrace Islam because me I'm a Muslim and see the beauty of it all. As I be mentioned, when somebody talk about Islamic entertainment, they say I say yeah cake.
Yeah.
Nobody know one for
Yes,
listening. So we
yes.
decide say, okay, let me rebrand this entertainment and bring come into reality. So that's how it happened and we'll be able to unfold the beauty of it all.
Everything
From
actually,
supporting.
everything gets a reason
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
it come,
real,
come to light. So basically, Brother Kabi be there into worldly music and through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and power,
He's
where
now
it
into
come in.
ownership.
And one thing where I realize, where they under, ways you don't come inside,
Yeah,
the
that's for make you go
experience they
back.
make you
Yeah,
stay.
that's for make you go
Really.
back. Yeah.
And the way where they come full time and you able for express yourself because you don't day you don't know. So shortly, my Maimuna, waiting at the beautiful side of you.
I don't mention half of a few.
Few,
The fact
sure,
that,
yes.
Yeah, I'm able to do this.
Yeah.
But also, I think one that I'm grateful for is for be able to reach people then to be able to be on this show.
I know, right?
So I remember back in 2019, I would write Namida, I say, Yalla, please let me be bold. let me be known. When I tell people that I wasn't bold, high school my teacher, I know even sabi me. I not really talk. I actively made a decision in semester one that I had to begin talking class. Yeah, don't be any good fool. And when I started doing that, it forced me now for even learn for do more because I'm not going to talk full.
Okay.
I know.
So to be able to do this, to be able to meet so many amazing people and people for meet you in one day sabi and say, Maimuna, assalamu alaikum, I love you so much. People literally make dua for you on comments in the comment section online. And what they say, I'm like, I don't know these people. You're making dua for me. Like I know you're making the dua like from your heart.
From the heart.
And people would literally type, I love you so much. I'm like,
is so
that
much.
was me.
That is so
That was me at some point. I would look at influencers that I admire. You are one of them, by the way. People
Thank
that,
you.
because I wasn't bold. I remember the time you started digital, this time, all those things you were doing. I said, Amy, forgot to have talk, read poem. I go shake you, might go for them. So when I see those people, I'm always like, oh, I love what they do. So to be able to be that person now, I'm still like, people won't believe this when people meet me in real life. I'm always so shy.
As a woman, I understand what you're trying to say.
You have no idea. And when people meet you, they think because of your online personality, oh, you're supposed to be bold. Past this, trust me, I'm bold online. I'm very shy. Always they look down.
Bold by
and
the keyboards.
Yeah, very bold on the keyboards. Okay.
I'm kind of like lost. Like I cannot fathom the effect. So that's the biggest thing for me. For me to just sit down and say, when people then do it toxic, in my mind, I admire you so much. Like I want to do this now because you do it. That's the biggest thing.
Now the
Okay.
result of what
Exactly.
you do, and may Allah reward you now all. And now this
So-
we all the fight for create the little what we able for do for create impact now the lives of people. Now then the world they fight for, and may
It'll go
Allah
a long
accept
way.
them from
It'll go a
we.
long way.
Sure.
We don't talk about the beautiful parts. Yeah, and trust me, when I talk about the beautiful parts, I was just smiling and nodding my head and everything. But then, like we know, say for every good side, there's also a downside to that. So we go start with we sister because we be end with we sister. One for take and back from we sister. Yeah. So with all these good comments and everything, I know say there are times where we say like you they get certain challenges. So like, what has been these challenges and how you like don't they like walk through them?
Hi. Look at me saying hi again.
Hello.
I'm also a business person, by the way.
Okay.
So some of these challenges I expected. As a business person, sometimes there are gonna be less profits than before. Sometimes get for need for handle customers that are not very understanding. So with this thing, I don't really quite I'd guess they're now as challenges. I just not saying like a part of the work. It's a part of the work now. But another biggest change that I mentioned to the point that now not even the feel for mentioning.
What's in the PC of paddy walk bing?
Okay. Lights no day. Now I tell you, I've had enough.
Well,
Talking about how light no day.
the challenges. Lights no day. What else?
And someone is gonna tell you, "Hey, if I buy generator, what's feel?" Yeah, with these prices.
Yeah.
But another one also is sometimes having to deal with people that are different.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get for always ready for manage, whether that be your staff, whether that be the customers. So that can be a little bit of a challenge. But like I said, it's a part of the work. We understand that. So
Okay.
just if it's not for make you go through. But the Amelites card becomes big.
I tell them Choco say now they want for changing shift of work. Because you see that net's a light sticker. So now Lego did
one funny thing about salon, now then they choose how you for do you things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even in school, now then they choose your profession.
Yes.
You go don't say you want to become lawyer, then go say no.
They
Nah,
say
this
you
will
wait,
become.
yeah.
So
When you
now
don't
the
sit
thing
one
that about
street,
salon, so-
you go change your mind and be like, I never will take 7 years in American school. No,
Yes.
I'm getting old.
Yes.
You know.
So
Yeah.
Maimuna, before I left you, we go to we
Brothers
brothers.
them.
I want to ask you another thing. One other thing where they piss young people off specifically. Now, some of the comments from especially learned people, say like we are young people that would strive for propagate Islam.
Yeah.
So we can get so many times where learned people can come and bash at we for some of the things that what we
They
do.
do wrong.
What would they do wrong? Yeah. So what do you think about that? Maybe you don't get such experience before, or
Well, alhamdulillah, I never get personal attack like that because I don't know if I can handle it.
I don't know the
But
fashion
I know-
side. Yes.
I know it's there. Not personally, the person can come to chocolate collection.
I know.
So why you just pull and stuff for me? I mean balance. But I get exactly what you're saying. So what I can say there's a thin line between trying to represent, like for me, we represent ourselves in some industries and also misrepresenting what we're supposed to represent. So I understand that. So an example of that would be I'm in the fashion industry, I'm making modest clothing, then I start making tight modest clothing. Then they're not modest anymore. So that's why I say always we need to be grounded. Like we remind yourself. However, I know attack. Did you see this tasbih that I'm wearing? I said you're wearing it. So I posted I was doing a 5,000 astaghfirullah a day challenge, and I posted the vlog, and someone commented that, sister, you're doing it for the sake of Allah, don't post yourself. I'm like, I wanted to, because I said you missed the point. The point is to motivate people, so that you can do
do it to
5,000
motivate
a day.
people out there.
And the
I
point
think-
is for Sian, like somebody where they follow you, go say, oh, she's she's a fashion designer.
And
She's
doing
also
this.
very consistent with her Islamic duties, so on and so forth.
Yeah, she's-
and
And
if
somebody else
somebody
go
they
try for
follow you,
practice
go
that.
try for do that as well.
Yeah.
So that was the point. The point is also to tell you how many astaghfirullahs I make. I make astaghfirullah when I'm not even clicking on it.
Yeah.
So, and if I make fake, I'm clicking on, now that I like, I like this.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So I think there is that thin line that sometimes, even me, I can struggle. Sometimes you blur the line.
Yes.
You yourself blur the line. So I struggle with knowing my limits, but also I know that people, they call them the what they alarm police. They can overdo.
Yeah.
So I know that.
Can
So
always
me,
say something.
yes. I just block you. I'm like, I know my intentions, I know my goal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to do
And
with you
another
right
thing
now.
is we for strive forget the knowledge.
Yes.
Because if we get the knowledge, they guide we through.
Yeah.
Because one thing as well where they affect we in a lack of knowledge. So if you want for do something, even if you want for do something way wrong, the knowledge go there for bring you back.
Yeah.
You understand? So yes, critical thinker. I don't know if you don't face such. I know you. I know so you don't face such. Yes. I know. I
Of
know.
course, when you do something, so Maki Jowachi say, look, it didn't make like
Nice sabi.
Yes.
But they even imagine how come you able to gather all the words and it together.
Yes.
Able to go put them into sense.
Yes.
Because not to only forget the words and it together. Because now, like we mem talk, so we say you get a 5,000 challenge of Astaghfirullah. I was amazed. I relaxed and watch him. I say, wow, see, I don't ever think about
Yes.
such
5,000,
Imagine.
okay.
They
Yes.
hardly follow Dua.
So
It's
that
fun.
Okay.
just from what he just said,
It
don't
just say,
inspire
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Don't inspire you.
Imagine how many
Back.
people that you go don't inspire.
Exactly.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I look and I say, wow, me almost a million make a stuff like, to where I pray. Now only on Salah.
Yeah.
So it's always something happen. I say, astaghfirullah, something like that one.
You
day.
get a lot of people when no say zikr, not only after Salah,
Salah,
they do
at
am.
all.
Yes.
At any time.
Where
you
they
can do am.
waka, where they walk, anything they do zikr. But a lot of
Exactly.
people there. So that's a very big effort where they make for sure people then say you can do zikr
Yeah, you can do it.
anytime.
Yeah,
Yes.
anytime, yeah.
Anytime. But Akabia.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. The questions we asked, I think are two, eh? two in one.
Yes.
Challenges and
The
then-
challenges,
Yeah.
yes.
Challenges.
So me, I go one for start with challenges. First of all, sister, what you do so is so inspiring. Like, it's really inspiring.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think you go for continue for maintain the intention that you have, regardless of what in person will see on social media. As long as you know what you're
It
about.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what you're about.
Yeah.
So with me and the sheets, the challenges are many. Like most people already do now we're into poetry. We all know.
Yeah.
We go on for do something where content wise we can okay.
Yeah.
But you want get a sound where feel like Mahazen. You want get a sound like Zembika.
Yeah.
Because of the side of friend reserve, you don't really get that production here in Sierra Leone. That is really a challenge for some of us. And if you want that kind of production, the income levels are very low at this time. And even if you do business, your income levels, the Leon really not better.
You know better
So,
again.
seriously,
Value not
it's a
much.
major challenge.
Okay.
Like finance, how you able to finance yourself for go record somewhere where if anybody listen to you walk, not just the content, maybe the sound of yourself.
Yeah.
You will appreciate them in Malaysia and go listen
International
to that.
standards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, so that is one key challenge behind then the shit is that way we do now. And of course support. Sierra Leone is about 75 million people. Sorry, 75% Muslim.
Yes.
75% Muslim.
We still get challenges around people and we will accept. Like how a lot of mixed move, we don't really find the shit as an alternative now.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there we really know not really financing or something way because if I want to live my life freely, constantly remind me about Deen. It's for some people who want to live free.
Yeah.
A lot of Muslims pray once in a while,
Yeah.
but challenges in there. Now the Deen among Muslims in this country. Yeah.
Yes.
So much.
Then some of them are we own families.
Yes.
We all can relate.
Yes.
Exactly.
We have been challenging this. So if you are a constant reminder about Allah all the time, you keep so all man they pleased with that message.
Yeah.
But people want to just feel free and
Yes,
be free. They
yes.
don't want you to be reminded about the
Oh, yes,
mistakes.
So now-
until
now
they,
they make
until they
like
hold
it-
them back.
Exactly.
Now they
So,
make like a holy person man, and so they go to take
exactly.
her.
So if you're doing the sheets and then you're calling for an event and the turnout levels are always low, you don't get
Yes.
that kind. Because so if you get more support, you're able to do more.
More.
Continue to do more. So these are the challenges we have as a
But
an Nasheed
despite that,
artist.
we
Yeah.
keep going.
we
you know,
we
we keep
strive. We try
going.
the best.
In relating to that, the way you say so 75%, I was talking to Sebatu Mansari. She has, Sebatu
Yeah, I know
Mansari.
Sebatu.
And then we were talking about that 7% Muslims. She said, correction, we have 70% Muslims, but we don't have 70% practicing Muslims.
Of
Right.
course.
So that's the
Of
issue.
course.
So because how you go be practicing Muslim, you dey drive and mistake the everybody, you cost me mama.
Yeah.
Like how can you do that?
Yeah.
They say all the two they do so with the thief, possible the cheat, possible you dey work for a company, you the thief the tile, the thief the cement. And for you not to thief, say now so they work at their take am. But then
Shortly, what do you think are the main problem? Why make we get a lot of Muslims, but we get limited practice in Muslims?
Education.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
We not learn.
Now, so you
Okay.
think critical?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Today's Juma. Every Juma, I have the same thing. I can come and say, I need to have. You're going to talk about this after this. Because you have the platform. Forget like a program or something where you would teach ladies how to pray. People, let them not have Go down amongst they watch.
That's a
Literally,
fact.
they're wearing skirts that are
Cuts
mini
across.
skirts,
Yeah.
the back open,
Yeah.
just because I'm
Yeah.
Africana.
Yeah.
And
Say
the
na-
outside.
na close
The
for play, because I'm
hijab
Africana.
transparent. You dey literally see everything.
You forget the
Yeah.
Rivon.
Yes.
The Rivon there with the mafia.
The nails. They will go
I'm
play
like,
with nails.
I'm like, the intention is there. They want pray Friday,
Yes.
but I'm like, they're not educated. They don't see.
They don't
You
know.
can't do this.
Yes.
And I sometimes I don't want to talk to Abel, be nice to them. They don't know, but I'm like, you're Muslim. You've been here. You're 40 years old. Like, I beg. You know better.
Sometimes.
And then most time, but when you first time people and
Yeah.
they back now, the one day we go tell you say
Yeah,
the one yeah.
Look this.
Thank you
They
very
say
much.
I begin practice Muslim Islam.
They're not even born yet. Itself. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Then
the
you
phrase.
fucking correct.
Yeah.
That is not
Una
very
wey
simple.
dey pray every day. First now, not bad.
Yes,
Then
yes.
let's talk around it.
Sometimes they know say it haram, but knowing that it's haram and knowing why make it haram is different.
That's so different
Somebody
thing.
can tell you say it haram, but you don't know why it haram. So they say, nah, just a talk.
Yeah.
You know, I will continue for doing. But if you tell a reason why make it haram, maybe it will consider for.
And with Islam, one thing again.
Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
reason. It gets reason.
I think-
And you get certain people where you tell them say something haram and say, show me side in the Quran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Lack
I
of
think,
Always
I
the
think,
proof.
I think it all boils down to understanding your deen,
Understanding.
knowing your deen. I think
Yeah.
it never be a personal decision. It never make you an extra effort.
Yes.
Because in most homes,
Yeah.
we find ourselves in this country, there are a lot of people where unfortunately they don't grow up now outside the Deen really strong from
Yeah.
the home.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because mortal man, human beings, are just like a plant.
Yes.
If you plant,
Continue for what I am.
exactly. If you plant, for example, this Chinese yam, if you plant on some side, you put stick the way straight, and that stick the fella.
Okay.
So the same as humans. If you put stick the way bend, and that stick the fella. So the things that we're exposed to from young, now then if not the normal we grow up with, they go astray.
Yeah.
But at some point, we all know how Allah they guide we mysteriously.
Naam.
Yes.
At some point in our lives, we have these experiences wherein
Yeah.
you get this reminder, this constant reminder.
Yes.
Allah,
Yeah.
they give you the signs. So if you're focused and you can really make those personal decisions by yourself,
Yes.
Okay.
you will pick up and then start for pursuing.
Yeah.
It's
So like Brother Kabia, you know, we don't talk about the issues there. So we are in a society who say like the education rate is very low, like Islamic wise. Like
Yeah.
what's not the thing where like can push you, where they always push you like for continue for pursue this, because I know say you don't get into this Nasheed business for like over 5 years now.
10
Ten-
plus.
Ah,
10 plus, imagine.
well, I don't know, you know. And like, you know, there is a point, there are sometimes where you be say like you dey go to, and then you be like, I dey sing then and she's there, so you understand like the message you go out. But then when you look around, you see less and less people like we actually they be impacted by these things. Yeah. Like what's not the thing we can
The drive.
push you,
Yes.
for keep going.
Yeah. For me, personal drive now, myself, like instead of listen music. So me and Nasheed, I know they just write Nasheed like everybody, like how other people do it. If I want to write something on patience, I research the topic, which means I have to read Quran, I have to study Hadith, I have to study narrations of Sahabas and all of that. I try. If you listen to Value Your Time, for example, one of the songs that we did into the album of the last year, the Perfect Place album.
Yeah.
Most I take from Hadith, and Quran, from developed concepts, because that's not Nasheed.
Of course.
So it helps me know more about the Deen. It makes me go beyond, not
Yeah.
just the normal.
Yeah.
So so that alone was a constant driver for me.
Yes.
Constantly they give me the urge for know about things. Like if I can share this with you, the topic about destiny and qadr are something where a lot of people confused about.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of
Sure.
we understand in the typical understanding of qadr, it's out there is very young. It's very wrong for a lot of people.
Yes.
But if you talk to a scholar, we understand the topic, and your perception about it will completely change.
Yes.
So so Nadandi,
Yes.
You know, like when Brother Kabia did talk, I just remember about this Nasheed artist Zembika.
No.
Yeah, I think Landy back now in kind of like in style.
Yeah.
Because I don't, focus on in Nasheeds them where they pull, and every single Nasheed you they find out say like a drum from a particular verse of the Quran. Yeah, or maybe like from an hadith.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like
I think that's the goal.
yeah.
If you want for propagate Islam, you first strive very hard for gain knowledge. So in order for make
That's
sure
so much
say you are
effort.
on track, you they tell people in the right thing. You they tell people the what Islam say, and it help you individually for impact your life as
just
well.
for just wrap up really quick, like what did the brother say? The Prophet made a lot of efforts, not so
Yes.
to call people into this.
Yes.
No.
Young cool, no kinds I did. So
Yeah.
I think a perfect example.
Exactly.
You will
Yes.
make your
Can't
effort.
get
You go
everyone.
try, you go
Exactly.
try,
You
but
It's a personal
Nah,
drive.
la,
Nah,
na in
for
the
like,
guide.
I mean,
Exactly.
Nah,
And,
la
and
the
they hope
guy.
say Allah will reward you for this effort.
Yes.
inshallah, inshallah.
We just they make the effort,
No.
and we
Exactly
know
so.
the reward where they can be in for like one green post accept Islam for your sake.
Yeah.
So you see,
So what are critical.
yeah,
You know, for somebody where it be say like he always in a stage, they give different lines. You get some point the way they read way like certain lines. I'm like, wait, like read them back. Let's go for
you know they
understand.
understand.
Yeah. So pass a rephrase and 2-3 times before me say
And
understand.
ABK in your category where it is so. A lot of people don't step down
Yes.
just
Yeah.
because of the challenges there. So
Thank
where
you
they
very
face. Maybe they tell and say that's not Islamic. What they do not within the context of Islam, so on and so forth. So your own category, tell me waiting they keep you going.
The knowledge, because foundation all based upon. And doing poetry, not we no more start poetry. We can't miss and they do poetry. What I get for deal with the worldly side, the religious side.
Yeah.
One thing first we inspire me most, the Quran, the first point when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way they play with the words inside the
Inside the
Quran.
Quran.
So automatically I become inspired. I say, wow, these things are very, very good.
The
And
rhymings.
the rhymings
Imagine. Inside the surahs.
Everything.
surahs, it gets
You don't say.
then I try for do more research into
Yeah.
the poetry aspect of it. Then I meant to understand, say, during the propheting time, the kuffar them they use poetry for
Yeah.
draw people in.
Yes, not the own
Not
side.
the
Yes.
outside. So
Yes.
obviously later on they encourage poetry as well for draw Muslims them for let them come inside Islam.
And this now one of the reason them when
One,
we make like
one
a lot
of
of
the
people
key
come.
something
Yeah.
You know,
So
because
during-
for a man who be saying an illiterate, you know, sabi nothing. and
Nothing,
then-
so automatically.
Yeah.
And when I be they do, I they mix the Arabic words them to the English words and Creole. So I they blend them all together, let somebody able forget the understanding. Sometimes they start with an English wordings, then at the end with the Arabic term.
Okay.
Like for example, I can say, so why can't you follow the footsteps of the Sahabas? Because when you are there, the last thing upon you will be the janaza. Since you choose not to walk with Allah Shahada, this world is a disease worse than cancer. So fear not to face the wrath of Allah. So
Okay.
automatically, when they do all of these things, they get captivated by the people the way they listen.
Yeah.
We're very, very challenging out there because the number one thing we're challenging past everything so far now for fan words. For able forget the
For
words,
get
them
for the
appropriate words.
inspiration.
Yes. Because if you not get the inspiration,
If
you
you not
need
get
to write
inspiration,
anything.
yeah.
You
Don't
need
put
to
the
get
words in the
inspiration.
right
They let them
places.
beg you, then pay you. Yeah, right
Yes.
now they say write about this. If the inspiration or they avoid,
Not
That's all
void.
nice.
you know, they able. So you get for put yourself together.
Yeah.
When you get inspiration you can cut any side at any time.
Yes.
Me I dey go get
At
water,
any
get me pen
place.
and paper,
Yeah.
or get me phone.
Yes.
Wake up, pull out first, I write in a corner.
Now,
Yeah,
All
writers.
all writers can attest to
Yeah,
that.
yes,
yes.
Whether you're
Yeah.
a songwriter,
Yes.
whether you're a poet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
you face
always
am.
get notes bad.
Yes.
So today,
Sometimes
I want
incidents
something.
go
Beside
happen.
the
I
pen
want,
down.
I want something
Yeah.
there. Choco, he go decide for which day. This is a peaceful dialogue.
Okay.
Normally, they can say, poetry, he asked for right pass, Nasheed asked for right pass.
Ah.
Thank God now we get brother Kabia.
Okay.
So now Choco, he will decide for it. He can
Okay.
tell me now
Be the
what's
judge.
more difficult.
No, wait. To be fair, it's not to be fair to me.
Yes.
So when I talk about poetry again, then they want to get okay. I'm not a writer. I say this all the time. So to be fair, after the show, I'm gonna read his book
Okay.
and read your work.
Then you will
And
post
then
that
I
later.
start-
eh?
Yeah, I will post that.
Okay.
Also, okay, this challenge. But then I wanted to ask you something. How how do they make money off of poetry in a salon?
Really?
Now the most story parts now.
Now the most sorry part.
That's a very, very.
Because I'm just thinking about all the things that they talk to. So things that you have to go to. Trust me, I'm not a writer. Do I hate to go for write for something? So I know the struggle. So if that's something you love doing, I'm just thinking instead of the economy, you have to make something off
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
So how do you guys make money?
Well, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
I know specifically point at particular one. The only way that is not to money. Now it's okay. Right down to the laugh because you
If I
understand
know.
very well. That's
Talker.
When somebody invites you for a program, it's okay, they cater you
Yes.
transportation.
Transport.
Sometimes now the food that they
Na
make
the
we with
food.
there we go give food.
When
give
you
double.
get
See
chair
that
sef,
we go
when
make-
ask who
some-
say they sit down?
yes.
Get for perform.
Now them be put you chair when a
Pause it
professional
on,
sit
sit
down,
down.
pause it on, sit down.
Imagine.
Then I think what we need to do as like people in the industry, entertainers and us, is like find a way for help people.
Yeah.
Find a way to
Yeah,
make money
support.
off of
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Support each
Yes,
other.
yes.
So whether that's not shows and how they make for make
Yeah.
people then come, but
Yes.
also it has to do with people are gonna show up.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
When
Yeah.
you
Exactly.
guys show up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, we
And-
honest.
And most times, what can make we can calm down, like regarding them programs, then they na Islamic
Islam,
programs,
yeah.
and we
Yeah.
self go and forget the blessings.
True.
So no matter what in them do, we can just swallow them and
Yeah,
say
true.
it's for Allah, it's for Allah. But Wally, I know the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Fuad, me and Fuad know
Studio
that.
fees.
Wally,
Yeah.
Wally,
Una
you
get
dey
for
pay me
pay.
transport.
Una get
You dey
for
make
pay.
sure say I
No,
sit
it's
down
a
at the
service.
front
But
seat.
then,
I dey give
again-
you all my criteria before I go there.
Yeah.
Because down there, I know say not to,
It's a
not
service.
to, yes,
It's
Yeah.
a service.
Yeah.
Me, I say this all the
Yeah.
time. You know, like putting the cancel to me. Then go talk price. Then go say, H 200,000 for this 200,000. Not like you mind. I'm like, what you don't buy this clothes? Where you go to a makeup artist? 2 million. I say,
Yeah,
I know
they don't say that in a
you
fix.
photographer,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
decor person, or down in a service, or you go to
Yes.
Now they just look there, now they
So always
listen.
they remind us that it's a service.
Oh.
For me, I'm putting in the work and I do I'm as perfect as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna be paid.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a
Point
service.
blank.
Give us
But
such
a very good-
standards.
sister, a very good question you asked. To be honest, is very difficult. Like I was saying earlier, if you're able to get the support, you're able to continue for the do a lot more. You'll be
Yes.
inspired to do more. But
Yes.
the support levels is very low.
It's very low.
Very low.
Very
Now,
low.
Some
now
of
we
if
in
na the
community.
money like for don't stop.
Yeah.
don't stop. So
One left.
So you go and pull out.
Bigger.
At some point, tell me say don't pull out.
But then
Last
again-
year.
One left.
But then again, Sister Rakia too, we now go in a studio. We get an Ashid singer. Yeah. Then we get a whole poetry group.
Yeah.
Then we now get some form of a cappella.
yes. So I will let it end with that particular side. So firstly or lastly, before we go to the entertainment side,
Yeah.
I don't know what team Maimuna go do for you in terms of that.
That is mine.
Okay.
Yeah, this man.
So what it go be una advice and motivation to people them out there? We start with Brother Kabia.
Okay. Number one motivation is people learn for the Quran.
Okay.
If for example, you're not fortunate growing up, you're not fortunate for understanding, you struggle for one for freedom. I advise you get a translation of the Quran. The one that I'm using is it was a King Fahad version. It's a very interesting translation of the Quran.
Okay.
You can start the basic.
Yeah, sure.
Easy for you for open your eye into what the dunya is about, what our purpose of life is about. Like
Mashallah.
me, I was lucky growing up. I did done primary school, going secondary school. I able to get access to that book there, and I think that the best book I'll ever read my whole life.
Mashallah.
I've read a couple of books. I don't do a couple of postgraduate programs, but the book we don't read. I need for share this now.
Okay.
We really open me eye to what's going to happen at the dunya. What's happening? What's to come at the Quran. It's not a complete tafsir. People who do tafsir, they're lucky. You go deeper.
Exactly.
But that translation, it's enough to open your eyes to the reality of our purpose on earth. I think that only we expose yourself to all other things what we do, like Nasheed, for example, is our secondary.
Yeah.
Poetry,
Yes.
these are all secondary.
Yes.
But in understanding our purpose on the dunya and the connection, how they will relate with you, how we bring winner,
True.
I think is what matters.
Mashallah. Then at the primary.
Well,
Yes,
what?
Brother Fuad.
Okay, to all upcoming writers, poets, spoken word artists, and of course, it's challenging out there, very, very challenging. You put in words together, at the end of the day, you get a piece. You don't get for back down. Because if you get your intention, say yes, which you try for do propagating Islam through your talent. Brother Hilal ki always say talent. God na lent, he lent you. You get for go ask you how you use that
Of
talent.
course.
Talent
wey
will
dem
lend
give.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, so you get for use them appropriately
Yes.
in order for please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
So whatever thing waiting you they do, forget about the fame. Because lady, gets the fame, the Allah for you on stage, you get dragged away by
Yes.
me or something. At the end of the day, you misuse
You
the
no go
talent.
meet
wey you
nothing
get.
I
You
scale.
No go miss nothing.
Yes.
Because you just focus for go on stage, more do and people
make them
and clap
see
for
you.
you.
Yeah.
Do something where they impact other people in lives and able for encourage more people who want for do them as well.
Yeah.
Create the avenue, the platform for young people
Mashallah.
out there for let able for stand on
Maimuna.
their feet. and do am.
I can always
Someone
say what I advise people, especially young girls. I can say try for educate yourself. Whatever you want for do, whether not tailoring, because that's what they meet me for. When I make up whatever, I'm like learn something, because when you learn something, like say knowledge is power. It is
Yeah.
power. But today specifically, I'm gonna say do istighfar. Ask Allah
Mashallah.
for forgive you. That Congo sabi king Congo sa. That body, I know you look and I just because I recently started doing it like this,
Okay.
and I see now more videos about the impact of it, and I want me all man know that do istighfar. Your life is gonna be better. Say astaghfirullah every day. That's
Astaghfirullah.
what I want you to take from this today.
Thank you so much.
so
Una
much.
all thank you. So now we dey go to
we
the
closing.
talent and we dey close. We get like 2 minutes, so 30 seconds a cappella.
Brother
Go on
Kabia.
quickly for me.
Brother Kabia.
Yes. Okay. Salona we country, the land of the free. Let we stop for the stop we serve. Let we live in peace and harmony, love and unity, and try for this support we serve. Salona we country, the land of the free. Let we stop for the stop we serve. Let we live in peace and harmony, love and unity, and try for this support we serve.
Mashallah. A
Mashallah.
message of peace and
For
harmony.
the Fuad.
Yeah.
You see, now World Master now they can't tell 30 seconds.
30
Come
seconds.
like, yeah,
Nine
man,
number
Brother,
they
flow,
give.
flow,
No, you need
flow.
for
Okay,
flowing
I can do the
sense.
same
No,
to
you
Abi,
can
they
prove
do this
yourself.
now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the second.
So why can't you follow the footsteps of the Sahabas? Because when you were there, the last thing upon you will be the janaza. Since you choose not to walk with Allah Shahada, this world is a disease worse than cancer. So fear not to face the wrath of Allah and answer to the call of those who say, Fi sabilillah. Be prayerful to your Lord for his qadr. Since you never had a chance to fight the battle of Badr, because your next home will be the Qabr. Be that slave who devoted when it comes to sabr and mention your Lord's name in every
Mashallah,
salat.
Critical
thank you
thinker.
so much.
That was the critical
Thank
thinker.
you. We are so honored to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners, this is how we draw the curtain down for today's program. Not forget for tune in every Friday, 4:30 to 5:30 for the Muslim Personnel Show on
Rise Radio
96.3
96.3 FM.
And this we they say now, Assalamu alaikum
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.